What's going on, all you Transformers fanboys and fangirls? This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, coming to you with a TFTC extra to the current Transformers The Last Night news. Now, in the previous episode, we talked about new and old recurring characters, and those characters were Bumblebee, Hound, Crosshairs, Megatron, Barricade, and we now have this new Decepticon, as well as some other Decepticons. But mainly, we have this new Decepticon who we talked about in the last episode, who is a very large green Western Star tow truck. What his name and what his character is unknown at the time, but anything can happen with this. So, let's continue on with the TFTC extra of Part 2 of the Transformers The Last Night. And with me today, I have my very special guest coming from the channel Console Crabs. It is my good buddy, longtime friend, and very, very passionate Transformers fan, Cyborg Raptor.
Hey! Hello, it's me, Cyborg Raptor from Console Crabs. Glad to be here.
So to kick off the Last Night news, let's talk about some brand new Decepticons. And currently, or formerly in Arizona, they were filming a bunch of scenes. They had Barricade, they had the Confederate motorcycle, I believe that's what it was called. Confederate Custom.
Something like that.
And we also had the Western Star green tow truck, as well as, for some odd reason, a rusty old Volkswagen hippie van with a Generation 1 Decepticon insignia on it where the Volkswagen symbol would be. Let's talk about this. I mean, this vehicle just kind of came out of nowhere, as well as all these other vehicles. But this one in particular really stood out to me, and it was really kind of odd to see this old van be a Decepticon. So, perhaps ancient old seeker, perhaps new recruit to the Decepticons? I mean, Cyborg, want to share your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that it's interesting because also, as you mentioned, they're filming in Arizona, in which I live there. In fact, I was actually, it's a 10-minute drive from where I live. So I went down there a bunch of times. Seeing that heavy van is pretty small. Compared to the other vehicles, like it was parked next to Hound, and it was small. So it's a part of me, and since it's a hippie van, which is ironic being a villain character, a part of me kind of sees it coming out to be that, hopefully not, but maybe a comic relief Decepticon. Since he's small in a hippie van, it kind of reminds me of Skids and Flap, and you all know how that went down. So that's a possible result, which I would prefer not. If not, then I think it's just a fun little joke that pretty much is funny how we have a cop and a hippie van, both who symbolize peace and protection, are the evil robots that want to kill us all.
Or maybe perhaps this is taking a different turn, since there are not really any Decepticons to be on Earth. Perhaps the whole Arizona driving scene with the Autobots and the military and the Decepticons, there is some sort of alliance, and as we know from Age of Extinction, there is currently a bigger evil out there, the Creators, who have we yet to officially see. The only snippet we got was of the one's hand pressing a gooey-looking button. So, talked a little bit about the hippie van. Now let's talk about this Confederate custom motorcycle with a very interesting-looking human sort of character on it. Speculation says that this may possibly be a Holorider, and the dead giveaway to that is pretty much that there is a leather jacket on this rider that sports a very nice, large Decepticon insignia on the very back of it. So, I want to believe it could be a Holorider, this could be a new Decepticon, or maybe this is a human sympathizer of the Decepticons who is also an ally to them, or something like that. Cyborg, take it away.
Yeah, I'm more leaning towards the sympathizer theory, because, it's been about, at this point, 5 years since Dark of the Moon. There's been plenty of Decepticons on the planet, as we saw, throwing pillars out in the sky. So obviously a couple of them have been left on Earth, and with the whole cemetery wind thing, hunting both Autobots and Decepticons, they're also probably in hiding. And, since we have Autobots hiding on Earth, we have Decepticons hiding on Earth, and possibly humans could have, hanged out with them and helped them out if they didn't die first. Because like I think that this character is the quote unquote the Kate Yeager of this Decepticon team. And if not, then it's obviously in Chrono form. It's no human. And if that is the case, then we have a cool little mini con motorcycle Decepticon guy.
I still kind of want to go out on a limb also and maybe possibly say it's Rumble, since Frenzy is dead, considering what happened in the events of Transformers 1. And since Barricade is back and he was a deployer, I want to maybe assume that he may not deploy, but he's still going to have some sort of little sidekick. So, and given the iteration of these characters throughout multiple different universes and lores, in the comics in particular, Rumble and Frenzy both did sport a motorcycle look on Cybertron, I believe. Or was that Earth?
Actually, yeah, in the recent comics, they did sport motorcycle modes.
So it's possible to say this could be a human sympathizer to the Decepticons, this could be Rumble, this could even be that one infamous animated character, Oil Slick. But again, with these movies, it'd be too predictable to go down that route and guess who these characters can be. And still on the topic of brand new characters, let's talk about a mini-bot. So as most of you may know, or all of you may know out there, we had Wheelie, we had Brains, and now we got a GoBot, pretty much. Or the movie-verse version of Robots in Disguise, Fix-It. And his name is Squeaks, which pretty much is already confirming that this Joe Blow leak, which I'll get later on in part 3, is essentially legit. And I don't know how to feel about this. I'm mad, mainly at the name. After seeing the robot mode, like, good God, what the hell is that thing? It looks like a rejected GoBot made out of junk. No, I don't like it. Cyborg, take it away.
Oh boy. Yeah, looking at this thing, if you saw Circuit and Wheelie, and they had like some kind of disgusting child, you got Squeaks. I don't know. Okay. Not to mention the fact that well, here's the thing. Squeaks was probably born out of the success of Star Wars with BB-8, and so sad with that kind of thing going on, it probably thought it was a good idea to put in their own little BB-8 character if they thought that a mangled piece of junk with this terrifying large eyes and rusted body with no hands, not even feet, just wheels.
Apparently there's a development on Squeaks as well. He's not human-made.
Oh, yes. There's a theory that I have in mind, and it kind of goes like this. So, Joe Blow, as we'll probably talk about sooner or later on in the video, they revealed that Squeaks, along with Squeaks, are two other characters. One is called Cogman, an evil transformer. There's this, cool car, British descent, and then there's this character called the Creator, who is a transformer that has a possible lingering past to discovering the origin of the Transformers. So my theory is that on the set we saw that big dump truck. I think that truck is the Creator. If this Jobo thing is correct, I think that he is gonna at some point in the movie take pieces of his junk, origami style, make it into a robot, give it life, and call him Squeaks. Like Zeus, Hercules, Disney movie style.
I can see why you say that, but there is a current development, I believe. I read somewhere that apparently Squeaks is actually a lost Cybertronian on planet Earth, and he befriends Isabella Moner's character, and they build an everlasting long bond of friendship. Yeah, but still, I mean, granted, when you see that junk truck, the first thing people automatically assume is Wreck-Gar. But when you and I look at it, or any other, logical movieverse Transformers fan out there looks at these vehicles and they really think about who they are, I agree with you that this could be that Creator character, because there are creators. And who said that they are all exactly alien of the same race? One could actually be a Cybertronian. The other one could be that weird pink thing that we saw in Age of Extinction. You know, there's no limit to it. And when you first see this thing, this huge just jumble of junk and parts and just all kinds of interesting yet odd items in the back of this truck, it would make sense that this would be the creator, or one of the creators.
Which, a part of me, as much as that idea sounds cool in some people's minds, I would prefer not. Because the one thing that bothers me every time they make a new movie is that continuity in the past is just thrown under the bus. It bugs me, because if this is the case, then that means, you know, unless they describe it pretty well and they explain what the creators really are, because like, honestly, they can kind of get away with it because we don't know who the creators really are. They were left mysterious for a reason. This is probably that reason.
Well, with time running out and storage on my iPad going to crap, that's really pretty much it for part 2 of the TFTC Extra with the Transformers The Last Night news. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I want to give a special thanks to Cray Lauzon and Transformers Cars for providing these photos seen on sets of Transformers The Last Night. And I also want to thank JoeBlow.com for leaking out the potential story, which at this case is almost pretty much confirmed just because of squeaks. But I also want to thank Cyborg Raptor here for joining me in this TFTC Extra. I apologize it wasn't a live stream, but you know, this is the extra. This is the sort of little sideshow to keep you guys hanging on to the edge of your seats for the actual live stream. So thank you, Cyborg. I'm glad you can, you know, join me on a call and help me make this episode.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So anyway, guys, if you're interested in seeing any cool, awesome gameplays and sort of similar to Game Grumps style, be sure to head over to Console Crabs. I will leave a link down in the description down below, so be sure to go check them out. But really, that's pretty much it. So stay tuned for part 3 of the Transformers Thought Corner Extra of the Transformers The Last Night news. And I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Again, big thanks to everyone who have been contributing news, and if you happen to want to keep me posted on what's going on in Transformers The Last Night, feel free to go ahead and do so by contacting me anywhere on social media with any regards of Transformers The Last Night news. But with all that being said, guys, please remember to like this video if you happen to enjoy this. If you happen to dislike it, then go ahead and go do so. If you're new to the channel and you want to see more of my awesome videos, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because this is the only channel where your entertainment will be transformed. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section down below, or contact me anywhere on social media, and I will reply to you guys as soon as I can. But with all that being said, my fellow addicts, please remember until next time to get addicted, stay addicted, and of course, TF Addicts for life. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, rolling out. Peace.